Yeah, I think for me, it was anything really pre um more than anything. I kind of, I think Robert's so, and again, the whole point of this documentary is this, but Robert is so linked to Freddy Krueger and so linked to horror more than anything. His later career is very much the horror kind of character, or obviously, working as cameos in horror films. So for me, it was films that I didn't even know about really, and that was like Buster and Billy and Stay Hungry. I kind of knew a little bit about Robert Englund Story in an Arnold Schwarzenegger film, but I didn't know much about it. And again, because we know when you're growing up, you don't like to watch dramas as a kid, really, do you? It's very much horror and gore and comedies. So for me, it was like, exploring that side of his career and learning about what he'd done as a character. And as you said, Robert is the epitome of a journeyman character actor, somebody who started in the theatre and has gone to, he's role after role after role, sidekick role, cowboy, kind of like, a little bit of a nasty character in films like, Eaten Alive, till he finally finds that role which defines him, like Tobin Bell, as you said, with regards to Saw. And it's great to see that in somebody's career where they've got a long career. As Chris said, earlier on about today's age, it's a lot different than it was before. You had to really work your socks off, and most times it's through the theatre. You work through the theatre, work your way up through there, through the ranks, and then get into film, and then become a sidekick and cameo and small part. And that was for me exploring that part of Robert's career that this guy has so much before Freddy, which we don't know about, and as you said, it's a surprise, it's like, these shock kind of things. Oh, he was in that. Oh, he starred with Sid Haig in this. Oh, that was a horror film as well. I didn't know about Galaxy of Terror. Oh, that's had, James Cameron, as the art director in it. So I think that for me was the biggest kind of thing about that character actor's journey. And I'm glad we captured that because we had a close friend, Don Cowfer from Return of the Dead, who was a character actor. And he used to call himself a journeyman actor. And I think Robert is there as well. He's somebody who's had this very long journey to get to that role, which defines him. And then he's embraced that role.